What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the Go To 'Em podcast, episode number 3 now. I only have the second episode up on Spotify, but it is on Spotify and YouTube now, so check that out. But we got Dalton Swafford, professional photographer, Michael, back in here, the third time now. All 3 podcasts Michael has been in, so I guess to be like, we all been going up and down the road together.
Yeah, the past couple weekends.
Yeah.
Dalton was at the first podcast rodeo, but he had to dip out.
Yeah.
8-hour drive.
Yeah. Long 8-hour drive.
Well, that'd be our second one, but the first one I had on Spotify. Yeah. And gay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the first one he was like, "Hey."
I was okay.
Yeah, well, the first one we recorded was over there in Helen
Oh.
with Kyler.
Kyler, yeah.
Yeah. What?
The Collins. Bam Bam.
No, Kyler Collins.
Kyler Collins. Bam Bam. Shout out.
Yeah, Kyler better be listening to this.
He better be.
We just gave him a huge shout out. Up and coming funny man. Well, I guess he ain't up and coming no more. He's got a full schedule.
Yeah, he hasn't texted me in like a few weeks, so it's whatever.
Hey, me and him Snapchat back and forth, but
He does it for streaks.
yeah.
He messaged me last night, was at a rodeo, and I reckon they was doing slack. Apparently it was just as hot in that arena as it was at ours.
Really?
Yeah, where's he out at this weekend?
I don't know. I didn't ask him.
I know they got a pretty good group out at Pelham.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got TJ, Colt, and one other funny man out there. 3 clowns at one rodeo.
Oh, great.
All really good clowns. So that one I know. Shout out to them, I guess. But I know if Colt alone and TJ alone, I know are real funny clowns. And
The old
Put
Bam
them
Bam in the
together,
mix. Yeah, that's going to be a good, interesting show.
yeah.
Also, I'll say Dalton's sponsoring this podcast right now because we're using his professional camera to record this. So hopefully the audio quality will be the same because we're using my microphones, but the video quality should be all there. Should be nice, clear. But yeah.
He calls it the Canon R3. I call it the Jackhawk 9000, sold at your local Walmart.
Dollar store. Dollar store.
Maybe if y'all see me walking around with a camera like this one day, just know I made it. All right, because that ain't a bullfighter salary type of camera. But what have we been up to? Where did we go last? All through Columbia.
Yeah,
Tennessee?
it was all at Columbia last weekend.
Yeah.
Or weekend before last, yeah.
Yeah. This podcast might air before that YouTube video just because it's easier to edit this. But if it does, know that YouTube video is coming, and that place was packed. How many?
It really was.
So, yeah, we're at, where are we this week? Lincoln, Alabama. We're 10 miles from Talladega Super Speedway.
Yep.
Ricky Bobby, Dale Earnhardt, Race Hell Praise Dale.
Shake and bake.
Cletus McFarland.
R.I.P. Hulk Hogan, Cletus McFarland.
Yeah.
Really great area. Crowd was cool for downpouring on us at the beginning.
Yeah.
But like they said, we were at Columbia, Tennessee 2 weeks ago. I thought I was hyping it up to you because I was like, oh man, am I going to hype this one up too much? But last year, man, 2 nights, 10,000 people in the stands. They had the crowd at the food trucks because there's no more seating. Just watching on big screens. There's 2 big screens out there.
Well, that was really cool. That's the first time I had ever seen that have big screen like Jumbotrons back there at the concession stands
really,
where everybody could watch. That was really cool.
Because they couldn't. There's no standing room.
Yeah, and didn't Bubba say they just put those high rises, high-rise bleachers in there?
Yeah, and they're gonna put more.
They immediately packed them out. Yeah, it's going to turn into a stadium style arena, I think.
From what I understood from Bubba and the mayor was that they had put them in right after the Aubrey rodeo last year.
Yeah.
So they were there for the fair rodeo, but they wasn't there for the last year's rodeo.
Yeah.
But now there were a lot of people there.
Because there's the
I mean, I don't think I saw a place for somebody to sit.
Oh.
Like,
no, my wife and my parents and 2 kids were there, and my kids were sitting in laps. I mean, it was packed.
Yeah. And yeah, so I thought I was gonna hype it up, but the crowd turned out again. Columbia Tennessee is an amazing area. Every time I go there, I think about like, man, I could actually move here when I'm done.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
When I get out.
Beautiful area up there, and it was, I think it was like
Sheriff
30
is
minutes.
so cool.
I think it was like 30 minutes from Nashville. Me and my girlfriend went up there Saturday for the day, stopped by the Country Music Hall of Fame, got a Coetzel record,
And speaking of the girlfriend, you just had an anniversary, right?
Yep.
6 month
Big
anniversary.
months. There you go.
Hey.
Big dog off the market, so stay away.
But I guess that's all it was kind of.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you're repping your woman's brand. I mean, shout out to Mel.
Mel's Media Solution.
That's
No,
it.
no shout out to her. We're using Dalton's camera.
I mean, she is the photographer of the year.
She is.
I mean,
I think that brings up a good topic we could talk about. I think the bullfighting community and the photographer community is very close and similar. Contract personnel, you know, pickup men are the same way. But we all have a dying respect for each other, you know, for the real ones, not for the people that are coming out there and trying to undercut you or trying to do things dirty, saying what they are something that they're not. Not those people, but people who have respect in the game. I think they appreciate each other. You know, like I know Dalton, if Mel needed help, he would help her. If he needed help, she would help him, vice versa. You know,
and it's good that, you know, there's a couple of us that have that relationship. There's a bunch of photographers that are cutthroat, and even in the industry, like IPRA, PCA, whatever, that are so cutthroat that they don't G-hog good with other photographers.
That's what I was going to lead into.
Nice to be able to hang out and talk like that.
Yeah.
Drama in rodeo. Oh my gosh. I have my closest friends and my worst enemies in the rodeo business.
Absolutely.
Because drama is big, you know.
I don't know how much I want to say of it on the video or on record, but we had a lot of drama last night. The Slack, just from some of the time events. I don't want to say too much because you never know who's listening, but just had some issues with them, and it's like you got guys that are supposedly some of the greats, and then they're the ones that are causing problems. So
yeah,
but
yeah, and it infuriates me when words are sent across back and forth over things that aren't, like, the guy wasn't angry because he drew a bag steer or he just didn't perform. You know, we've seen the Clay crash outs recently by the PBR, right?
Yeah,
that's respectful in my eyes. Someone crashing out because he loves the game, because
it's passion. It's passion for the game.
If you don't care that much, then you're not in it for the right reasons. But when you're crashing out because you just got a piss poor attitude, the heck with you, man.
Yeah.
Should have kicked him out of the arena, gone on with the show.
Well, I got something I kind of want to bring up. Let's talk about why you're so sweaty. I don't know.
I mean, this guy is up at like 4 a.m. working out and eating his little
Meanwhile, we went
meals.
I know I went to sleep about 2 o'clock last night. So saying he got up at 4 is, I mean, I normally get up at 4 every day to go to work, but off 4 hours of sleep pretty much.
Yeah.
Been running.
How far did you run?
I ran 3 miles this morning when it wasn't so hot, and then I just did 2.1 now.
Should just went ahead and did 3. 2.1.
You guys were waiting on me.
Come on, man.
I had people calling me during my run, making my breathing go off.
Mm. Is that
No, I think
is that preparation for anything?
I can't discuss too much about that. But yeah, I'm looking at going overseas next year, so a little bit's preparation for that. But I think in both lifestyles, you know, my actual job in the military and then fighting bulls or being an athlete, I think I've always told people who have asked me about bullfighting or just rodeo in general is, if you're going to professionally rodeo, look at yourself like an NFL athlete. Look at yourself like an MLB athlete, right? Do they wake up, fucking chug the rest of the beer that they left on the nightstand, and then drink a few more, and then hope to do great that night?
Right.
No, they gotta, they gotta watch what they're, not necessarily watch what they're eating, but they have their routines, And so I think if you want to be a better athlete, the days of being the JB who, he could step on a bull and spur the hell out of one are kind of going away. We're not built like that.
I guess the old school, just cowboy party, have fun. I know from just say me and Michael as a bullfighter, it's like when you're out there doing your job, it's from a professional standpoint. Like if you're not performing because you went out to the bar last night and stuff like that, that's your job on the line. So just being able to go out there and do what you got to do and not ever have to worry about running out of breath or being tired. I know, you look at Dusty Tuckness, work harder outside the arena than
he's actually a personal trainer.
Yeah, you'll ever have to inside the arena. I think that's a great mindset.
He had, Dusty's been someone I've always inspired off of, is especially when he broke his leg in a break that most people wouldn't come from.
Oh.
Snapped it straight in the middle of the shin. It folded up, right? That's something surgery is going to fix. He can walk on it, but was he ever going to be the same normal person? No. But he videoed his training and his physical therapy all the way up to where he's good, if not better, than what he left.
I think it's a great thing to do it. I guess in a way is just say me with my YouTube, to me it's almost like a self-motivator, because when I go back and edit my videos, it's almost like watching film, which I think any rodeo, no matter if you're a roper, roughie, contract guys, you should be going back and watching your film to see how you performed and what you can improve on. And it's just I'm uploading this for a few hundred people, a few thousand, a few million, whatever, how many views I get. It's those people see me at my worst moments or my best, and I would much rather put my best moments on there. But when I look at something I know I didn't perform, or dang, I kind of missed that when I'm going back and watching that film, it just pushes me to be better, because I'm uploading this. This is, you look me up, and that's me. That's how I fight bulls. So when I slip up, it's...
I'm going to tie this into Dalton here in a second, too.
Okay.
So, just like what you're saying, I'll watch my film, and then I'll watch someone I aspire to be, right? And see, in the same situation, where are me and them different? Or are we the same and I did it perfectly right? And I saw something Dalton did yesterday where it was just during the slack alone, and he didn't have to do anything crazy for photos, but I saw he got camera down low as a girl's coming to turn the barrel for that perfect shot, and then immediately flipped up and started taking your normal pictures.
Mm-hmm.
But where'd you learn that? For someone who because if I'm correct, rodeo wasn't big in your younger lifestyle.
No, so I've been around the Western industry all my life. Never rodeoed, never stepped foot into the arena until a couple years ago. So I started doing clinics, started looking at big rodeo photographers, Click Thompson, Terry Abrahamson, and just kind of started finding people to be able to kind of tweak my own spin off their stuff, and started seeing a lot of people that got down low to get that good shot. I mean, a lot of people laying on the ground. Just wasn't going to do that last night because it was way muddy. But yeah, that's
no, but yeah, and you see because Mel talks about it too. You're there. You got hired to shoot the rodeo,
right?
But you have probably 10 people on the outside of the arena taking photos.
Oh, there was at least 6 last night.
Yeah.
Other photographers, yeah.
And But you make the difference in why you get hired, because you don't have to lay on the ground, but the fact that you get those low shots is what makes you different from the people on the outside of the ring.
It's all about the angle. I mean, I'm no photographer or anything by no means, but I know too, it's like, I'll do it sometimes when I video the horses, if there's enough guys where I don't really have to do anything, is sometimes I'll just put the GoPro down low almost on the ground, and it's just a completely different view if I would just stand there and hold it while that horse comes out and leaves, versus if I get that low shot where you can see them horses rearing out of there and anything. It's a completely different game, like how it changes your angle and everything and what it looks like.
I've always made the comment whenever somebody asks me about angles and stuff in photography, my way of thinking is if I'm going to take a picture, I want it to be something that the crowd does not see. If I take a picture standing up or from the bleachers or from the top of the rail of the bucking chutes, that's kind of a perspective that they already see from the bleachers. So get that low shot, get that behind the scenes shot from the back of the bucking chutes through the bucking chutes, something different that they don't see, makes it stand out a whole lot more.
I think that's one thing, like, I guess the biggest thing with my YouTube channel is just like the whole behind the scenes day in the life type of deal, like
the eyes through the athlete.
This podcast won't necessarily make it through or make it into the video, but it'll be there. And this is behind the scenes of rodeo. Like, we're sitting here on a Saturday, afternoon. It's 1:30 and we don't have nothing else to do, so we're just hanging out. I mean, we're going to be together anyways, and got the stuff to do it.
This is kind of the calm before the storm.
Yeah.
But I do want to go back to something that you kind of was touching on earlier that you talked about at Columbia. So we were all sitting out, hanging out after the perv, after slack, and you compared bullfighting to your military life. Do you remember what I was talking about? So you need to elaborate on that. I mean, that was really, really deep. I mean, that was like a mic drop moment.
They took a video of it too, and I'm so glad Jamie didn't post it. We were drinking water. Don't want to get demonetized.
A little speech enhancer.
Yeah. I'm a big proponent in military lifestyle while I'm rodeoing, because I feel like active duty soldiers don't need to live a 24/7 soldier life, right? I'm on call 24/7, yes, but you need to step away from the military and do your own life. So that's why I love rodeo. But at the same time, it's the adrenaline factor. So I think what we were talking about was PTSD, and I don't have scientific knowledge on this, or like backing up evidence on
research studies.
But for me, the mindset of soldiers when they come back from a combat deployment is that you go from a heightened adrenaline rush, right? Fight or flight mode, to absolutely nothing. Normal person's way of living. And I think the leading cause to PTSD and why people kill themselves is because when your mind settles, you start to think more. Kind of like when we're fighting bulls, you have no thought. You couldn't tell someone, I can't tell you exactly what happened and what I thought about in the moment. I have to go back, watch it, and be like, okay, let me walk through my mind.
Right.
Same thing in the military, same thing being overseas. So when they start coming home and they can think a lot more, that's when the dreams get bad. That's when the PTSD gets bad. That's when the craziness gets bad and leading to the ultimate suicide. And fighting bulls for me has been exactly what I said. Every time I step in the dirt, my mind is free. I don't think about nothing. I don't worry about anything. Like I've always told bullfighters that I fought with, right? We never shy from the sword, and be okay with yourself, your God, and your family, because you might not step out of that arena.
Yeah, right.
And that's the same mindset I have if I'm overseas or if I'm, in the arena. And I think the adrenaline factor, for people who are struggling with PTSD and stuff, find your adrenaline factor, whether it's racing cars, whether it's playing poker, whether it's fighting bulls. Anything that gets your mind to a place that you don't have to think is going to be your solution to furthering your life.
Absolutely.
That's what we had talked about that one night. It was me, you, Trent, Mike Morgan, and Jamie Osborne. That was a good hangout.
That was a very good conversation that night.
You learn a lot about people. You know Trent McFarland, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know he's a surgical assistant?
He's not.
A rodeo clown operates on you in the operating room during surgery.
But I do think that is 100% accurate what you're saying. I mean, that can even spin off to my world outside of rodeo. You know, been a paramedic for almost 10 years.
Exactly.
And
not just military, first responders
absolutely.
as a whole. Yeah,
absolutely. And I mean, there's been times that, you know, I've had to step away from rodeo and being a paramedic and kind of have conversations and a little debrief because it's a little much sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But now whenever we step into the ring, like you said, it's like nothing else. Everything's clear. It's just like a piece.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody needs to find that niche that they like that has an out. I mean, it's amazing that you can go from that to something different and it be your out.
Yeah, that's your scapegoat in life, and I think that's a big thing, dude. I love the support people give for me being in the military and stuff. You know, I choose to do it, but for me, as someone in the military, I look at like first responders, like paramedics, doctors, firefighters, police officers. They have it so much harder. You know, they have to do it. Like your father's been doing it 20 something years, or
I think about 15. Yeah,
15 years. That's 365 days that you're always, you know, you're running in saving someone 365 days, or you know, obviously you have your days off, but still every day you're a paramedic. Every day you're in a hostile situation. The paramedic doesn't come just because there's because the scene's safe and someone's hurt. No, they're coming no matter what. Scene safe or not, they got to get that person. A police officer running into fire every day. You know, you were talking about your dad's about to get promoted, and you're like, you got a couple weeks?
Yeah, don't mess up.
Don't mess up. Just take a step back, you know? It's a heightened spot, you know? And military, they do it 9 months at a time. Every 18 months or so. You know, that's just me. But I think, you know, first responders and the aspect of everybody except military have it a bit harder, especially in this nation right now. It's pretty hostile life. For
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what y'all think about the rides last night?
There's some good ones.
Some good rides last night.
Oh, the
Josh looked perfect on that black bull.
Yeah.
I mean, just squared up the whole time. I mean, bull wasn't doing all that, but away from his hand, for him to just sit there and ride that pretty.
Last night we had
4,
5.
What was it?
Did Holden Moss rode, right?
Yeah, he did. Levi, Elijah Jennings, Holden, Josh, and Brandon go for it.
Man, I have
Out
to
of
say, like,
10 guys, half those guys rode. It was. That's a spurring contest.
I mean, and plus, I mean, we had 10 bull riders last night.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the first night. Normally, you have 10 bull riders in a weekend. So I mean, that was pretty nice to have that many bull riders in a perf.
I was gonna bring that up too. You know, sometimes, especially IPRA level, with guys moving up, guys going to PVR, PRCA. Some people are focused on different associations. Sometimes we might have 4 a night, 3 a night, 2, but those 2 are going to ride multiple times, and it's defeating for us, like as athletes and contract personnel. Is like, man, I know I'm going to get paid the same, or people are still going to buy photos. It just don't taste as good, you know?
Well, I mean, I love my job. I think it's more or less like a blessing than to be able to come do this, because like to me, it's a reminder, like, if I'm ever struggling, like, with my faith or anything, every time I get in my truck and I'm able to come to a rodeo, it's like, thanks again. Like, I've been blessed enough to even, first of all, there's so many people with other issues, physical, incapabilities, like, that sit in the stands, they pay our check, and that they would love to be able to just be in the arena with us, but aren't able to do that. And I think so many people who rodeo take it for granted, like, not as well being frustrated with themselves or anything, but I think they just take it for granted, going up and down the road for a living, especially, I'll just say, like, contestants in the rodeo. I think you get so drawn out on it, and I completely understand, at the end of a season, you are just, like, absolutely wore out. But it's like, you're wore out from being able to live one of the best lives you possibly can. I mean, I'm not saying you'll ever make it big or, be a millionaire. Yeah. Or be a millionaire or anything like that. You might not be the richest man in the world, but you're living one of the most free lifestyles. Like, you're not having to go to a 9 to 5 every day. Like, I mean, granted, we all work outside of rodeo, but it's like, we're still blessed enough to be able to come rodeo, so I look at it every time I step in the arena. It's not like, man, I have to go fight bulls. It's like, I get the gift to go fight bulls. And, like, I guess leading back to what you were saying, it's like, I love the game so much, but like you were talking about, it's like damn, we only have 5 guys tonight. But it's like, when you got 10, 11, 12 guys a night, it's like, man, I get to go do what I love and keep these guys safe.
I'd take the 12 over the 5 any day.
Absolutely.
And the past 2 weekends for me, I've had a jam up roster of bull riders. Josh Etheridge, Holden Moss, Tyler Mobbs, Justin Bates, Brandon Goforth out there, Levi been on podcast number 2 in Gay, Georgia. He's really coming around. We've known Levi since he was yelling at his parents that he's not going to go to school anymore.
Yeah.
I still have that video. But like, in just a year,
he's putting
the
it
dude
together.
Went from decent saddle bronc rider to now good saddle bronc rider, good bull rider.
Yeah.
Bull riding, I knew if Levi was getting on, he was getting on because the contractor asked him, hey, can you get on a bull? And I knew I'm getting hooked.
Yeah. Almost.
I'm getting hit because Levi was miserable when you saw him get in the chute. He just fell in the well right where the bull's head would be, and you're taking that shot, especially in McRae Helena.
Yeah.
Right, and me and you had to work out that bull pretty good because Levi, he just got on one, and that nothing against him. Bull riding's no easy game, even though it's just 8 seconds. But, man, from when he rode in McRae Helena to
so
how
now,
much fight he had last night, he didn't have a great bull ride. He got 80 points.
Yeah, but he kept riding. I mean, that bull.
Granted,
I've seen that bull, and you look at videos. I mean, he's like, oh, he's not all that. I've seen him buck off a lot of good guys just because he's like not the easiest to ride. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of up down. He kind of just
not one way
flat spins. Yeah, and he will turn back the other way and maybe take a little jump kick or stall or something like that. And it's like, it surprised me he kept fighting, and he's one of them. Like, I know before this. Let's just say like the past 2 months where he's been doing pretty good. You used to have to really chew him out and push him before the bull riding because to me, he just wasn't very
mature,
self-motivated, I guess you would say. It's like, for us, like, we have to be like, it's like if you're a bullfighter and you're going out there with the wrong mindset and you're just like, I don't really feel like, fighting bulls that much today. It's like, well, you got 10 bull riders that really want you to fight bulls good that day, like, and so for him it was like you really had to get on to him and get him in that mindset, and he would perform. And so it's like now, like, he's getting to the point where it's like he can do it all on his own. Like you were talking about, it used to be like, dang, here he is getting on another one. Like, crap. Like, but now it's like, all right, Levi, go to him. Like, mean it when you nod your head. Like, sure enough, mean it deep down.
And the dude took
fight.
a shot last night.
Yeah, and absolutely fight. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because Levi made a good bull ride, fought the heck out of it, 80 points on the ride. But what the crowd probably didn't know, and what they didn't take into aspect is Levi came off his horse, hung a spur, and got his head stomped.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I
We
mean,
started running out there thinking Levi's dead.
yeah,
and
he came to me afterwards and he was like, dang, I landed face first, messed my hat all up. And I'm like, no, Levi, you almost like died. Like, I was just messing with him, but at the same time, I really wasn't. That horse's foot came down right here and crumpled his hat.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, he thought he had just landed wrong and messed it up. He was like, oh, it's a brand new hat. And I'm like, no, that horse stepped on your hat.
You're gonna have to do
that close.
You're gonna have to do like a clip of that. I've got pictures of it that I was looking at last night, and I was like, oh my god! I mean, it was literally hoof like that far from his noggin.
Yeah.
I mean, hat all kind of crumpled. But I'll get those pictures to you that we can do that.
Yeah, enough. It was close enough to squish his cowboy hat when it's on his head. I mean, you think the biggest cowboy hats are what, like a 4.5 inch rim? So
Yeah,
at the tip, let's just say 4.5 inches. So this far, I mean, that close to his head. So
Yeah.
just brim on a hat.
Yep. Let's talk about what is your funniest rodeo experience?
Yeah,
Moment during the rodeo,
I know
whether it's
Mike
during the arena or after.
Well, before we get there, I do want to say, I just want to lead off on this real quick. Like you were talking about, past 2 weekends for you have been really good. Columbia
3 weekends actually.
Columbia was good riders. This weekend, I took last weekend off. It was pretty much like my birthday weekend, just 2 weeks later. But this weekend's good, and I have the Middle Georgia Bull Bash next weekend. So it's going to be 30 guys that are sure enough legit. So it's like
jam up line.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, funniest. The funnest.
So the funniest thing that's ever happened to me, it was outside of the arena. I was working in Pell City last year, and first rodeo that I did for this specific contractor, second IPRA that I've ever done, and run through all the rough stock, heck of a show, come back, starting to upload pictures, generator starting to die down, so I thought, well, I'll go ahead and throw some gas into it. Go grab a gas jug, pop the top off, cut the generator off, pour gas into it, turn it back on, hit the starter, and the whole thing engulfs. Burns off my eyebrows and just my beard. Whole thing's sitting there on fire. That's why whenever you look at that little bracket, there's no fire extinguisher there. So I run to the camper, grab the fire extinguisher, I put it out, and this is in the middle of a big baseball field. And one of the guys comes over and he's like helping me get it put out, and I thought, well, that's the last time I'll be asked to come back to that contractor's rodeo. And lo and behold, here I am with all of his rodeos this year. So that was probably the funniest and sketchiest that I've ever been outside the arena anyway.
I'm just shocked that you turn it off to fill it up. I'm not cutting my AC off.
I cut it off, man, and I don't know what it was.
I feel my truck with it running. I don't give a
so
crap.
Do I. So do I. But man, I poured that gas in there and went to turn it back on, and then poof. I mean, like, burn it up to a crisp.
Huh. This is like not related to rodeo at all, but literally the other day, I might have told you, I can't remember who I was talking to about, but I was filling up on one of the job sites I work at, because I do construction as well, for the viewers.
Handyman.
I was taking this big 250-gallon transfer diesel tank, running with the skid steer, and it's got those 20-gallon pump per minute pumps built into it, and so I hook it up to the skid steer's battery and everything, and I'll stick it in there and I cut it on, and sometimes you just have to play with the wire where it goes into the pump. Well, I played with it that time because it didn't cut on, and started smoking and started sparking off, and it completely started melting the wire, just like grounded out and was sure enough caught on fire, and it's connected to a full 250 gallon fuel tank, and right beside it, the tank that I was filling up is a 1,000 gallon fuel tank that runs one of the generators we have out there. And I'm like, that split second, man, should I take off running, or should I try to snatch that away from that battery to hopefully that'll put it out? And I was like, in that split second, I was like, well, if it did go boom, I don't think I could run far enough, fast enough.
Not that fast.
It would have blew up that whole job site pretty much. So I was like frantically running around, and I couldn't get in the skid steer to get the fire extinguisher because I would have had to crawl over and through everything, and I didn't want to be that close to it. So I run and snatch it off the battery terminals. Well, it's still going at it, so I just take my hard hat and start beating it out like to try to cover it up, and it finally went out. But I was just thankfully, because we had literally just swapped out something with the pump, so there was a little bit of diesel on the top of that transfer tank, you know, just enough to, like, if you rubbed it with your hand, it'd be slimy on there. But that'll get you going.
Oh, I bet. I
It's
bet.
bloodborne.
Yeah.
So you've told yours, but I haven't heard yours. So what's your favorite, craziest, funniest rodeo story?
Told mine. Have I told it on one of these?
I don't know, did you? I don't remember if you did.
Oh, okay.
I have to think too.
I have so many funny memories. I don't know why I asked that question, because they're all blanking right now. But one
Yeah, put you on the spot.
one funny one I could think of right now. Me and you were in Dublin, Georgia with Colt Hart, and we were doing that Killer Clown act.
Oh yeah.
And I got another funny one too after
I'll
that.
say with this, the backstory behind that is it's like almost Halloween weekend,
Yeah, it is.
and so
It's the day before Halloween.
he acts like, or you're the killer clown.
I'm
right?
the killer
So
clown.
he was the killer clown, and then so that's just the backstory. So like, killer clown is in like it's pretty much Halloween weekend. So
Yeah.
rodeo will play into all the events that's gonna like fireworks for the 4th of July, stuff like that. So that's
Yeah.
the backstory behind that.
So I jump out there, we do the act, I'm the killer clown. Now, after a bit of that, I'm supposed to just start running, and he's gonna lasso me around my shoulders and throw me to the ground, then hog tie me, right? Well, I didn't know I was running too fast for Colt, and when he threw the loop, it got me on the neck, and I got my fingers in there, and he yanked me back. I mean, he slung me loose like I was a robber in the 1800s, man. He didn't know, but I could not breathe. And so he rips my hand out of the lasso loop. And so now I'm really choking to death, and he's tying me up with it. And the whole time, Colt's like beating on me. He's taking so damn long on this act, and I can't breathe not once.
Gotta untie you, and you're just passed out, can't get up.
I get in the back, he's like, man, why you out of breath? You all right? And I was like, I was dying out there. I started seeing the light. I almost went to it. I was like,
I was
you're
anticipating
intense.
either roping the head or your feet. And
Yeah.
explaining.
Well, didn't you almost like bust your ass jumping over the panel? Because it's like, have you been to Dublin? Anyhow, it's like,
Scott.
yeah, so where all the bleachers are is like a concrete pad,
Yeah.
and then it's like 3 foot down.
It's a raised.
Oh, yeah,
It's a 3 or
raised
4 foot
or-
down, like where that concrete comes down, almost like Perry.
Yeah.
But it's like, you have the normal, but it's a fence. It's like a regular,
fence on
like
top
yard
of the
fence.
concrete.
yeah, it's like a regular yard fence.
Yeah.
So
And
instead
so
of like
he went
6
to
foot,
jump
it's like
over
10.
it in that suit and almost busted it. Like, cause he just cleared it. And I think when it's Saturday night that you just completely jumped over it that time. But
Yeah.
like Friday night, he just tried to like hold on to it, jump over it, and almost ate it.
Because
Like,
part of it is like you come out and you're like messing with the crowd, like
Right.
scaring them. Because this was like during the same time period that killer clowns were like messing
Yeah.
with people in public.
Right.
So I noticed that some of the kids in the area were getting too scared. So I was like, I gotta go. And I jumped that thing like I was running from the police. I came over there. I about looked like Josh Etheridge last night and popped my knee out.
Yeah.
They ain't coming over that thing. Another funny one I got, we were at SPFR. It was a morning rodeo, and they do 4 rounds of the SPFR. One of them is in the morning of Friday, and they have the entire school district come. So I mean, like, there's 10,000 screaming kids in this arena, and we're, you know, we had a little bit of tainted water the night before. We're hungover. Bad idea. Well, bronc riding comes. This kid hangs up to the bronc. Bronc lays down on him while he's hung. I don't know why I did this, but I went to pick up this Bronc's head like he's a fighting bull. He came charging at me, and I didn't know what to do. So I run. He slaps the fence, comes off. The kid's knocked out on the ground. And he told me this. He said, man, first thing I saw when I woke up, he's like, I opened up my eyes. He said, there's this kid, little 8-year-old boy, leaning over the fence, looked at him dead in the eyes and shook his head in disappointment, then walked away. I want to meet that kid and shake his hand. That's the funniest thing.
Well, you know, it's stuff like that makes it gets me. So every day that I'm not in the arena, I'm the guy that goes out and fixes the problem like that.
Yeah.
And whenever somebody gets hurt in the arena, it's like everything inside of me wants to go and like fix the problem, and I have to like reel myself back in.
It's really rare for me to go to a rodeo that I'm not in because of that feeling. Like,
Yeah.
I'm always there. I'm watching the bullfighters.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They could be the best.
Yeah,
And you're still like watching them and see if they mess up or something, or you see someone hang up and you want to help. It's just instant.
Yeah,
you know?
that's like me at that rodeo. I'm not going to say any names on here, but it's like Carson Matthews was riding there, and he's like, man, I kind of want you on the back of the bucket sheets just in case, because you know who was fighting there, and shouldn't be in the back of a bull rider's mind that they got to worry about fighting bulls.
Well, and that's why I can't. It's hard for me to watch like Cowboy Channel or something like an actual rodeo, especially if they have strobes, because whenever the strobe clicks off, I'm like, they missed it. They're too early. They're too late. Oh, they got it. And I can't make myself enjoy watching. Yeah. And then watching where, like, if you can see one, like a photographer in the arena, where they're at, and kind of what kind of shot they're going to get from there. Yeah, it's the same way for us.
But we'll cut back in here. But
your funniest rodeo memory or experience, whatever.
I'd say it's happened to me multiple times, and I know it's probably happened to you. So I don't know if you knew this, but in every arena across the country, there are monsters that live in the dirt.
Dirt monsters.
There are monsters that live in the dirt.
Yeah.
That will reach up and grab your foot when you happen to have a bull really close to you.
Yeah.
And it's happened to me. Well, I got a good video of it. I might have to put in here after, and when I get to that part of the story. But the funniest, like one of the funniest ones I saw. So Brett used to have this bull, KV8 gray bull, and he used to be like sure enough mean. Like he would get one good, like chase you around the damn pen, and when he hooked you, he was done. But he would come get you and hook.
That Cord McCoy bull?
Okay. No, he had this bull last year, and then I think he sold him or took him to the ground beef factory. One, but it was Jackson Jones. And just picked this bull up so pretty, and then all of a sudden just absolutely face plants. Like just sure enough, like scorpion in the dirt. And then that bull just ran slap over the top of him and like took his feet because he was face down and like scorpioned him over and just completely rolled him up. But I was at Matt's house and this white bull, and I was like, it was just a bad day, I guess. Just one of them days where it's like you just couldn't make that corner on some. Yeah. And then this bull, we freestyled him since he was a 2-year-old, and I think he's 4 now. So he kind of knows the game a little bit. Like, so he'll kind of sneak over and cut you off if you're not making the right moves. And so I just went way too wide on this, and Matt has that deep ass sand out there, and just tumble right to the ground. This bull runs over the top of me, like you were talking about with Crump. just, I couldn't get up. Like, he was just muley mashing me.
Oh, yeah.
And then Ben picked him up a little bit, and it was just something I was trying, like, seriously trying to get up, because trust me, I do not want to get hooked again. That is the last thing I want to do. But I was trying to get up out of this sand and just could not get my feet. So I was trying to crawl and trying to stand up. Just could not get on my feet, and that bull comes right back over the top of me again. Wham! Just literally stands on me and just muley mashes me in the ground. I was like, but I guess that's my funny story. The dirt monsters will get you.
You also got Matt hooked.
I did. Same thing. Just, well, I'll say that was a little different story. We had went through about 20 calves, just kicking them out with the flank. His, they were like almost 2-year-olds, but Matt's 2-year-olds are,
Right.
well, they're stout. They don't look like 2-year-olds. They look like
You look like your feet are in the mouth for the sale barn.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, and they are stout because they're like, well, they're bigger height-wise too. Like, let's just say his 2-year-olds are the size of that bull Goforth got on last night. They just stopped.
Right.
They're about that big. And so, but anyhow, he'll kick him out with the flank. He knows by now, just from feeding them and dealing with them in the back pens, which ones are mean. So he'll like go to them. Well, a good 3/4 of them you can get a few passes out of. And this last bull, which is funny to me now because he is not mean at all.
Goes train.
Train goes by. But he's not mean at all now, hardly. But he's just kicking over his head. And I just went to go, and he literally just bumped me right on the hip, and I just, like, literally just enough to pick me up. I missed my foot, fell right on the ground. He just runs over the top of me. I get up, go over there. Well, Matt, if you're this far into the podcast, look up Matt Baldwin Bullfighter on YouTube, and you'll see exactly who I'm talking about. That's where I started fighting bulls at. But he's like, oh, okay. So he pulls up his jeans, and, you know, wearing work boots and everything, t-shirt, just pulls up his jeans and makes a pass at him. I've never seen Matt get touched up into this point. I mean, he saved me when it was just been out there fighting, when me and Colby would go ride at his house, when I was still riding. And then when I started fighting, he saved me plenty of times, and he'll go, there's no hesitation. Like you're talking about, you know, like we were talking about with when we're at a rodeo not doing anything, you just want to get in there and do something. Well, when we're at the practice pen, like, he'll let us handle it when it's me and Ben there, but when it's tight, like Marcus got on the bull, and he just, like, I saw it too, but he sees it 2 jumps beforehand. I see it, like, if I see him take a weird jump and I know he's about to go over the front end, hang up. Matt sees it 2 jumps beforehand when he's already kind of set up a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So he's already right beside me, and I'm floating up in there right over the front end. Well, Matt's already in there working the hang up, and I just grabbed his pull deep. But anyhow, bumps me over. Well, Matt pulls up his pants and goes to make a pass at him, and just gets bumped right over. Bull runs over the top of him, and it was one of the funniest things I've ever heard, because I think it was his son Eli that just goes, well, you're retired for sure now. And it's like, I think you done got too old.
But Ben had gave him hell on Facebook.
Because I think Christy, his wife, had a video of it. And just sure enough, like, it got sent around, and it's on Facebook somewhere, but it cracked everybody up. Just because they'd never seen him get hooked really before either. Just in so long.
I think one of my favorite things within bullfighters on social media is Ben, Jeremy, and Shane always giving each other hell on Facebook. You know, Shane stopped fighting a little while back, and I think he's got into graphic design because all you see is him post pictures with Jeremy with long hair on or something. And
just messing with him.
Just messing with Jeremy, or he posted Jeremy's phone number to people before.
Dude, I saw the same, and it was like, the best lifetime prank you can do is, like, if you're at like a big job site or something, or say we were at this rodeo and you wanted to mess with your friends, and it was like, send pictures of your poop to, and then write your buddy's phone number on there, and it is like for the rest of eternity that he either has that phone number or they get it off the wall in that porta potty. And people, like, I think I saw it on TikTok or something where he literally had hundreds of people send him pictures. And that was
dirty blue. If you're watching this, watch out, because I'm fixing to start doing that.
Yeah. That's dirty. Like
that's pretty funny.
You couldn't be blocking enough numbers. Like that's funny, but
So I know every bullfighter has a story behind their makeup, like how they do their makeup.
Story behind the paint.
Yeah. So where did you get your?
I've kind of changed mine up a bit.
Really, did you have one?
Remember, I used to have that M that I kind of drew on my face, and I looked too much like a mix between a cat and Batman. And I didn't like that. So I spent many hours in the mirror in my bathroom putting on paint, washing it off until I found just the one that fit me. But my thing I would say is my nose.
Yeah.
Not many people do like anything on their nose, or I just do a little bit on my nose. Always matches my thing. I don't know if there's like a reason behind it. I think that's defines me. You know, like
I knew that Dusty did it. Does his face kind of after his dad.
Yeah.
And a lot of the bullfighters kind of have their own reason why they do it. I know if you had something kind of with you.
It's just an old school thing. I like old school. There's cliques in the bullfighter in the clowning areas, right? You got the ICP clowns. Right. Nothing to do with the ICP, the band. They just call themselves the Insane Clowns. They have all their things, right? Hashtag Colt, Brinson.
Right.
I think Bam Bam's a part of it. But I think for me, mine's just my nose. It makes me different from everybody else.
I like talking about mine.
You're not talking about your face?
Like, I don't think you've seen me put on the full face, so that's why I was pulling up pictures. Sometimes I draw a smile.
Yeah.
And then, which I hadn't done it in a while just because it's so hot and everything. I sweat it so bad. And then sometimes I'll draw a frown.
Let me see. Oh, yeah.
It's like you've seen me. But sometimes I'll draw a smile or a frown. But I draw the tears on no matter what. And then, some I go to, well, there's always a cross.
Right.
First of all. And then, so if there's nothing else, there's always a cross. But 99% of the time I have my tears on. And then sometimes, like I did it the other weekend when it was raining, it's just like, I don't know, I'll put it on, I just feel like, all right, it's a cowboy day. Let's go get dirty. So when I still draw it on now, when it's so high, it gets later in the year, earlier in the year, I'll draw it on. But I draw 3 tears on each side. I had 3 friends in high school that were pretty close to me kill themselves. It's like talking about with suicide and everything. So that's why I draw it on, just like, I guess, remembrance to them. But also it's like, there's so many people going through stuff that put on a fake face.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what it is for me. Because, like, well, what it really started out with the smile is like there's tears on the makeup, but then you draw a smile on. So it's like, or I would draw a smile on. So it's like you're going through that, but you're showing the smile. So it's like something, and you'll never even know it. And I've been there too, in that mindset, with, dealing with depression and everything, but you never know, what somebody's going through. So it's a good thing with, I guess just being respectful to people, because you never know what they're dealing with. But at the same time, if you are dealing with that, talk with somebody. I mean, I still, to this day, I leave my ringer on every night.
Yeah.
Just because, hell, I wish they would have called me. I wish I could call them if I would have known.
Right.
You know, maybe prevented one of them, if not all three of them. Just a simple phone call, talk about it, tell somebody what you're going through, and stuff like that. But that's what's behind mine. So that's what I think suicide is not talked about enough, and like preventing it. I'll say if you are feeling like that, reach out to somebody. Especially, don't go talk to some girl about it.
Right. Yeah.
Talk to one of your boys.
Yeah.
Because half the time they've been through it too. Or if you can find somebody, and it's almost better to talk about with a complete stranger, because I feel like they'll never judge you as much.
Yeah.
But I will say a good thing too that like saved me. Like Michael was talking about finding, calling. You get that adrenaline rush. Like you have active duty guys that come back, have PTSD and everything. Like with depression, don't go to the doctor. Don't go to the therapist. Like, I mean, if that's all you got, if that's the only person you could talk to, by all means, seek some sort of therapy or counseling. But talk to your buddies about it. Go to the gym and work out. I can't tell you how many times I felt like absolute shit, and then got into the gym, got a good workout, and it's almost just like a weight lifted off your chest. I didn't say a word about it, to anybody, but it's just like you can express those feelings, put it into something, and build yourself to a better person. I think going to the gym is great. And then I saw have y'all seen like that mountain man guy who always gives some like knowledge,
sitting
like
in the chair,
rocking chair?
I love
Yeah,
that, man.
he said one thing, and it was like, men should never have to see a therapist. They should just find. Let's see before I mess it up. It's like men, if they are struggling with something, like if they're working and they are working 7 days a week to provide, and they are just struggling mentally, men will go through those struggles without a second, even second guessing it, as long as they have somebody to know that they're going through those struggles for them, like your wife or your kids. Just your wife knowing that, he's working 7 days a week and draining himself to provide for me. Like, as long as they accept that that's why you're struggling and support you through it, that's all you need to keep going. So
I also think that we need to, as men, we don't talk about our feelings at all, like to other guys for the most part.
Yeah.
I do think that we need to more kind of get on the same page and kind of discuss it and have that one person.
Yeah.
And kind of normalize it. I went through something a couple years back where, before we got into rodeo, where I had 3 weeks of just the worst calls in EMS that anybody could ever go through, and going through a lot of personal stuff at the same time. And by the time it was over, man, my attitude was awful. I was mad at the world, and somebody pulled me to the side, and by the time the conversation was over, I was just bawling. And just getting all that out and just unloading was completely life-changing.
Yeah,
you felt like you got the hand off your throat.
Yeah.
Breathe again.
Whenever I walked into the room, I felt heavy, felt mad at the world, and whenever I got out, it was like I could breathe.
Yeah.
It's real. And nobody ever wants to discuss it because they feel like that it's a sign of weakness.
That's all. Just one phone call, one conversation.
Yeah.
Will save a life.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And it's not, I think the people, so like I think there's people who joke about suicide and they might have had thoughts, but then there's people who have never said a word about it, are the happiest. The people who smile the most are the ones who are going through the most. So I've always heard that saying.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, just one conversation, one phone call can save a life. So.
The ones that don't talk about it and do it are normally the ones that never showed any signs.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I may edit this part out too, or I may leave it in there. But like one of them, my friend Junior, me and him, and this was like freshman year of high school, so no thoughts.
Right.
You would think as like a parent that had no idea, no thoughts would ever be going through your kid's mind like this, and you know, I was like, you're not going to talk to your parents about it, or like it's hard. It's a lot easier to talk to some of your buddies about it, but I guess the reason's kind of undisclosed still. Like, we still have no idea why, but his mom came home and found him from the ceiling. And he lived in my neighborhood, but me and him grew up playing the game together, going to school together, hanging out and everything. And he was Mexican, so his mom was, I mean, not, you know, that means anything, but his mom was a little bit older. He had some older siblings that were grown and everything. And she couldn't even get him down.
Yeah.
So my dad was on duty. He was the one that actually went in there and confirmed it, because we had all kind of like rumored about it, and then I asked my dad if he had heard anything about it, and he's like, yeah, no, it's true. So my dad was the one that had to go in there and
we had a girl in junior high that was, you know, literally the happiest girl that you've ever seen. Happy-go-lucky. You've seen the Minions, like the little kid on Despicable Me.
Yeah.
That was her to a T. Like, that was her favorite movie.
Oh, yeah.
And she was just happy-go-lucky all the time. The little, where they gave her the unicorn, and she goes, "Oh my God, it's so fluffy." Like, that was her. And then we leave for Christmas break, and phone calls start getting made, and she did. And I mean, it was like completely out of the blue. I mean, it was nuts.
You never know.
Yeah. Just goes to show you don't have to be a dick to everybody.
Yeah.
I had one soldier of mine just got out. He moved back to home to California, and we had been talking for weeks about you know, he's going through some marital issues. The guy she's been seeing has been showing up on job sites or to the bars he's at, you know, giving him hell, fighting him and stuff like that. You know, we were talking about it, and I remember that it's one of my biggest regrets was always, I remember it was like 2:34 in the morning, right? I'm asleep. I wake up because my phone's ringing. I look, it says my old soldier's name on it. And I still remember, that's why 2:34, I know. So I looked at the time, looked at the phone call, I was like, call him in the morning. Silence it. Got a call in the morning, answered the phone, he's dead. And that's, to me, so like, big thing that you said was always have your ringer on. For me, that's been the biggest thing in my life. It's like, having my ringer on when I'm asleep, or I answer the phone when I'm in sleep. When I'm asleep, I'll wake up and answer the phone, because to me, that was his cry for help, someone he trusted, and I let him down. And it's something, you know, people can sit there and say like, "Oh, it's not your fault." You know,
Oh, you carry that.
It's 100% my fault.
Yeah, you carry it.
I could have answered the phone and he'd still be here, and I didn't answer the phone. You know, he's got a little.
You at least could have tried something like that.
Yeah.
And I'll say this too. It's like, going off of that, it's also easier to talk to people, because like the people you're around every day, when they like, I guess, find out, they might like see you differently.
Yeah.
If you're going through something, it's almost like an AA meeting. Like,
yeah.
when you're around people who are going through similar things to you, or have been through similar things to you, it's easier to talk about it because they relate to what you're going through. Like, you might not have any specific reasoning behind it as to why you're going through something, but it could all be like underlying problems that you just never realized. And it just all builds up until it's become something huge that it really shouldn't have been. And so I think a lot of people that do that, it's like all underlying problems and not just like one big huge thing. So yeah, find somebody you could talk about it to. I guess that's what I was trying to say. It's sometimes easier to talk about it to a complete stranger than that. But
yeah,
I don't want to cut us off, but little topic, anything?
Oh, I got one thing. how do photographers get hooked down in the arena?
It's really, honestly, easier than what you think it is.
I disagree. This is where me and you are going to go to battle.
I don't know. I can kind of relate.
We kind of had that conversation last night.
Yeah, so, well, this is another thing I just want to throw in there because we were talking about it earlier. I forgot what we were talking about, but it was like, about the not even thinking. I was talking to Dalton about it when we were going to Waffle House. It's like, men, you don't think when we're out there, so it's like, you'll have like some photographers that are out there during the bull ride laying down and everything. They tell you to get out the way. It's like, I'm not paying attention to you. So it's like during the bull ride, I'm like, yeah, sometimes I may try to hide for them, like just say if Dalton wanted to get out there and lay on the ground right there, it's like, as long as you're out of my way enough, I can try to hide. But if it comes to the point where I feel like I should float out there, or I just start floating out there, it's not me thinking I should float out there. It's like, just
I'm gonna get Dalton hooked tonight.
Yeah, I just make my way out there to the top side, just not even thinking about it, just watching the bull riding. I feel like that's where I need to be, so I just just not even thinking about it. I just make my way out there, I guess.
So you got to think about it like this, and you should know. Because Mel's probably at least had conversations about it.
I'm her senior video correspondent.
So, you gotta think, I'm in the arena, squatted down, while y'all are doing y'all's thing, and I'm trying to make y'all look as good as possible. Alright? So, I'm looking through a little bitty hole with one eye closed, because I can't do the whole double eye thing. Even whenever I shoot, I can't do the double eye thing.
That's the only way I can.
There's no way I can't.
But that goes back to shooting guns and stuff.
I'm looking through a little bitty hole, zoomed in at 200 millimeters to get the shot. And whenever it starts getting closer, I'm coming out. And by the time that they're right on top of me, at 70 millimeters, it fills up the screen. Whenever the screen gets filled up, I know I need to start moving. But you get so, for lack of better words, entranced in the ride to make sure you're getting the best perfect shot possible.
Yeah.
That you get lost in where you're at.
Oh, I do. I've done it filming, like with the horses.
Oh, yeah.
Like I've been out there filming. Like a big one was in at the Georgia rodeo with the Georgia and Auburn deal. And so like I was out there videoing the crowd, doing some crowd interaction, and I was just videoing this bucking horse. So pickup men are going around making their laps. Well, just huge mistake on my part. I turn and I'm just so entranced in videoing with the crowd and everything, and I turn back around and I'm videoing this horse come by. Well, I'm looking at the GoPro, and obviously I'm looking at this little screen, about the size of that one, but I can obviously see in my peripheral this horse coming at me, and I'm like 2 feet off the panels, and I'm just videoing this horse coming by to get it while it's going by. And I guess Matt Whitehead, one of the pickup men, he said he yelled my name like 3 times, and I finally realized. I just heard Ian. I just heard Ian one time, and I finally realized, I'm like, this horse is from me to the camera.
Yeah.
Like if that, it's a full little run. And so I pretty much just threw like a little hop fake, just jumped out the way, and that stirrup hit me while I was going by. I was that close, and it was from looking at the screen.
I've been there, and part of it has to be, I know bulls a lot better than, no offense, but photographers, I probably know what a bull's gonna do.
Absolutely,
more because I gotta read them for fighting bulls. So Mel has said that, like, oh yeah, you're able to be closer, like I can be right behind the judge or the fighter and be right up in that bull ride because, I know what they're gonna do. I just think I saw a post. I don't know who it is. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't know who he is. But horse came by and there's a picture of him and he just smashed up on the panel just like this, camera still in hand, and the horse got him. Mm-hmm. I don't get how that happened.
Well,
because I've taken videos and I've had them come real close, but there's still always a bailout. And I think the problem is ego. Like guys think that they can just like grab onto the panel and the horse ain't gonna touch them. If I touch the panel, I'm going over. As a photographer, I'm going over. I'm getting out of the damn way. And I think it's just because they're too egotistical and they just get mashed up because they didn't want to get up. And I've got onto mail a couple of times where I was like, don't just hang out on the panel, because I don't know if you've seen it. I've seen like riders or bullfighters get up on a fence and a bull go hook them,
that's where you get hooked.
and you get that's where you break your legs.
Yeah. That's where
See,
you
and I'm awful about that. I'll hop one leg over and I'll sit on top of the panel, and I'm awful about
You'll
that.
be awful until you know why not to be awful.
That's why it's like bullfighters, like, I mean, this is just like engraved into the back of my mind from Ben and Matt yelling at me like,
don't touch the fence.
When I was, it was like, you're almost safer in the smack middle of an arena where if you do get hooked, you can get up and still move, and other bullfighters can go in there and work. The guy you're working with can go in there and pick that bull up, pick him up off of you, versus if you're on the panel and you can't get around. If you're trying, like if you're lined out and instead of like making a move to get out of it, you just run straight to that panel and hop up. Sometimes them bulls follow you up. So if you're getting hooked on a panel, the guy you're working with really can't do nothing. That bull's on you. And then you're putting him in a bind, because if he goes up right beside that bull and it's like, hey, well, he's also right beside that panel, so he has no room to work. He can't make a round with that bull, nothing like that. So it's like engraved in the back of my mind, do not go to a panel. I
do have a funny story, I guess right before kickoff or whatever is next. Is I was taking videos for the Treadways. Mel was there. We're in Latson, South Carolina, and taking a video, and then obviously it's not my camera, it's her Jackhawk 9000 sold at Walmart, whatever it's called. And the guy hangs up and comes over the head. It's one of those hang-ups, and he's getting flopped up and thrown around, right? And
bull or horse?
Bull. And it's bad. And so when he gets knocked off, he hits the ground, he's knocked out. And so me holding the camera, I stand up, natural, like this is a mix of the camera side and then that instinct of a bullfighter, and being now, I'm not just watching the rodeo, I'm in the arena, so I'm even more vulnerable to jumping in. And the two bullfighters go to him knocked out with this hot bull in the arena. When bullfighters, we all know, do not go to the rider. Maybe one, like last night, I stayed with the bull and you helped carry him out because he wasn't leaving.
Yeah.
Or he wasn't.
Well, I think it's different too. Like that bull, because like as soon as we saw that Cole was still at the barrel and not able to get up, it's like you go to him, and it's like that bull's not mean, so it's almost harder to work a bull that's running away from you because you're almost getting in the way. So like we tried to go to him, and as soon as I realized that we were just pushing that bull around to him, let that bull go down there, let the pickup man get a rope on him, and then deal with him. And that's when I went to Cole, and it's like, all right, got the bull dealt with. Now that one pickup man ain't gonna be able to keep that bull down there. Like he might can drag him out, lead that bull to the outgate, but it's like that bull knows where the outgate is. He's done tried to leave. He's gonna want to go back down there. So it was like, all right, get him out of the arena.
Yeah.
I feel like a bullfighter would make a pretty good photographer.
And see, and that's what me and he was talking about last night. I said I think that it would be beneficial to every photographer to at least go through like one bull clinic.
Hit the practice pen.
Yeah. And that's what I was telling him. I said I want to get somebody that has like some not hot stuff, but stuff that I can like play with.
That'll sniff.
And like just kind of work my way around and get more comfortable with it. I mean, I think that'd be like super beneficial.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I was like, as dumb as it sounds, like the air moves, I mean, you wait, just a little warm up.
Yeah,
it's like if you get those fundamentals down, even like a dummy.
Yeah.
If you're one of those people that can just immediately put it into play, just off, which I think if you do it enough, like for me and him, we do it enough to where it's like just second nature to do it. But like if you're bare open to it, it's like you can drill them drills over and over and over. But it's like when it comes down to it, it's either some guys will do it, and then, you know, it's like athletes, like you're training little kids to do something, they throw it all up the damn window. Like you're
whenever
teaching
it hits
something.
the fan, it's like it goes out the window.
Or they do it just right, and they might not ever do it right again. But
But going back to what you were saying, luckily, I've not been smoked in the arena yet. However, there is a TikTok on my TikTok that I was at Yazoo City, Mississippi with Jeremy Smith with Deep South, and I'm kind of over towards like the opposite side of the latch on a bucking horse.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes out, he kind of cuts a slant, and I'm sitting here just clacking away, still on the ground. And he looks like he's going to come, so I'm like here, and he comes out, and looks like he's just going to kind of fade towards the other side of the arena. Well, he comes out and gets pretty close, and he plants on the right side. And as soon as he does, right after me, and I jump up the panel, and I can't make it over, even if I wanted to. And I'm just hunkered over, I'm thinking, man, this is going to hurt. I'm just waiting for him to smoke me with them back legs. And I could feel the wind off of it, but I didn't get hit. But that was the closest I've ever been to getting smoked in the arena.
So back to that story in Ladson, I'm holding the camera. They go to the rider that's knocked out, and they're like crouched over him. Big target. Bull turns back right before the barrel, and I see it. So I go running in there, and I have my camera on my outside hand, or Mel's camera on the outside hand, and I'm taking this bull for rounds, and I can just feel her energy.
Yeah, I was just like, tell me you got a selfie of that.
Oh, I wish I had it, because it was still rolling. I can feel Mel's energy of no as I'm running in.
Just goes in there, camera in here.
And what's bad is, I guarantee you, what's going in the back of Mel's mind was, just not the camera, just not the camera, just not the camera.
That's what
Screw you getting smoked with.
I'm in jeans, extra tufts, and suspenders and a button up. And I'm breaking this bull down, and I got her camera up here like this, and I'm coming around with him until one of the other bullfighters picks him up. And then I gotta carry.
Crap, there's somebody else in the
I gotta
arena.
carry this knocked out get out, and she comes over. She's like, "You ever do that again, I'm gonna kill you." And I was like, "What? I wasn't gonna get hurt." She's like, "No, my camera."
Yeah, that's my thing. If I ever get smoked, and get knocked out, grab my camera, throw it over the fence, and then make sure you have the last picture in the hospital.
Here, I'll take a picture of you times.
It's like when you're on a river float drinking a beer, and you're about to go in the water, so you save the beer as you start to drown.
I think
I'm gonna get knocked out. The camera goes up.
I think that's one of them like human nature things. It's like some people are. So people with money are like, it's like, oh, it's replaceable. Who cares about the camera? It's like us. It's like,
no, that's
save the beer, save the camera, like save the equipment. It's like, I can't replace that. Like that's my livelihood.
But I mean, you are correct. There is a lot of people that I've seen here lately that get smoked, but most of them got smoked by getting clotheslined by a team roper.
Yeah, team ropers. I have opinions on. They suck, but whatever. That's team roping worst event.
So from what I've understood is, header throws a loop, dallies off, heeler misses, and then the steer comes around like up against the gate.
Yeah,
and he's like a couple feet off the rail, and he turns around and looks, and I mean just smokes him.
Ooh, well I don't want to. How long did you say we had? About an hour and 20?
About an hour and 20 minutes. I think we're still good.
It's been about it was 1:20 when we started.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we're probably running out of time.
But,
you got a fancy jingle you want to sing?
And with some life advice.
Oh, you go first.
I know that.
You go first. Your question.
This is your podcast.
It's really from Dale's podcast. He always ends with it. So I think we'll do this. I like that, and with some life advice on a good note. Everything that's given to you or you're blessed with is for a reason. So, good Lord upstairs is looking out for you and giving that to you. So take advantage of it. Be grateful for it. If you're talented in something, be grateful for it. A lot of people would love to have the same opportunities you do. So like us rodeoing.
Right.
Always grateful for that. I think it's just be grateful, be humble, love what you do.
Yeah.
And stay strong in your faith.
I'd say that good. My life advice is always going to be the one I talked about earlier. Just in anything you do, just make sure you know, be okay with yourself, your God, your relationships, always.
Going to
No matter
Walmart.
who your God is, because you could be walking down the street going to Walmart, and that's the last time. So always be good with yourself, your God, and your relationships, because nothing is worth infinite regret.
Right.
I think.
Yeah. So mine, I guess, would be yourself.
Yeah. Good one. Don't
Be true to yourself.
I'm gonna bounce off that real quick, and don't get so caught up in something that you love doing to change yourself to match other people. Is like,
Right.
I'll say that for new guys, just say like a newer bullfighter coming up. I think they'll often get caught up in changing themselves or the way they act to be more appealing to people that they can work for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So stay true to yourself. In all things that you do, give thanks to God. Because if it wasn't for Him, we wouldn't be where we're at, and wouldn't be able to do what we do.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
That'd be my best advice.
So yeah, episode number 2 on Spotify. Episode number 3 of the Go To 'Em podcast. So
And episode number 1 in your heart.
yeah. Thoughts? I think you can comment on Spotify now, or at least I can set it to where y'all can be able to. If you made it this far through the podcast, I know all 3 of us appreciate it.
Yeah.
Once again, shout out to Dalton. Let me borrow his camera. I know he's
The Jackhawk 9000.
Yeah.
Sold only at Walmart.
That's right.
But yeah,
Thanks for having me. It's been fun.
yeah. I'm gonna go to him.
We taking bets on who's gonna get smoked tonight.
Not me.
Oh man, we didn't even talk about Ian's your pictures of Ian last night singing.
Oh, okay. We'll leave that out. Perfect time to end.
We're gonna put these at the end of the. There's some great pictures slideshow that we got for you. I will buy them if I have to.
I'll donate those.
Yeah.
Good for now. I might get some of you tonight.
Oh. Yeah.
Throwing it back in the back fence.
I think that life advice too. Go to them.
Yeah.
I mean, like be the one to go to them. Like with us bullfighting, it's like if you can hit them first, you're a whole lot better off than them hitting you. So catch life off guard. Be strong in what you do. Go chase it. Whatever you want to do or have dreams to do, aspirations. Go chase it. Go to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all tuning in. See y'all in the next one.
See ya.